Hello, and welcome to Sights Uncena, the first, only, and God willing last wrestling podcast on the internet. As always, I'm your host, Jet Grind, the guy who watches SmackDown. With me is Zen Scissors, the guy who watches Raw.
Or Jetta combos, either or, really.
And as always, Dup, who watches absolutely nothing.
I've been on fire, so I'm back here.
So, this is for the week of September the 18th. The wrestling happened.
I'm assuming.
One might say.
So, let's just get into it. Dup, tell me everything you know about what happened on Raw this week.
You probably know the answer already. It's nothing.
Well, alrighty then.
That goes for SmackDown too, so don't even bother asking me.
Okay. So,
Don't answer him.
Yeah. Don't answer the door. I don't know shit about SmackDown. Lead us in, Zed.
Alright, so Raw starts out. Dedication to Bobby Heenan, of course.
Nice.
I mean, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Did something happen to him?
Yeah,
he died.
He died.
Oh. Okay, I should have assumed that.
Do you not follow Iron Sheik?
No.
You're making a big mistake.
You need to follow the Iron Sheik so he can make you humble with 10-inch tweet.
I see him yelling about jabronis a lot or something.
He yells a lot about jabronis and breaking their necks, and works with me, because he usually hates shitty people.
And also putting them in the camel clutch occasionally.
Well, of course. That's what I call my note-taking device. It's the camel clutch. Because Iron Sheik is where it's at. Anyways, Bobby Heenan died. That's sad. Dedication. That's
Rest in peace.
So the show starts. Kurt Angle, first dude out here. And he's talking, and he's like, oh my god, I'm Kurt Angle. I'm so Kurt Angle, you don't even know. And then he gets interrupted by The Miz. Miz comes crashing the party like he's Rash.
This man seems to be showing up a lot.
So wait, if Kurt Angle is the most Kurt Angle, how Kurt Angle is the Miz?
0.27 Kurt Angles.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, at this moment. Because he interrupted him, just like Kurt Angle interrupted him a couple weeks ago. So he's at his most Kurt Angle at this moment.
Also, I think that's the nicest thing you've said about the Miz to date.
What about, well, in the lost footage from last episode, where he was talking mad shit about Enzo, and I was like, you were making my night. You were making my night, Miz.
That didn't happen. I'm very sorry.
But it's alright, because Miz is here to bring shit back to the status quo. So, what's he gonna do? He's gonna whine. He's gonna whine all day. Oh my god, I keep getting overlooked.
This seems in line with everything I've heard about The Miz so far.
Also, man, it seems wrestlers being overlooked is a quote-unquote theme of this week. We'll get to that later.
Oh boy. So Kurt Angle's like, fine. If you'll stop being such a big fucking baby, we'll have a fatal 4-way tonight, and fuck it. It's gonna decide who's gonna fight you at No Mercy. There, will you stop being such a baby? Do I need to change your diaper? Will you please stop fucking crying? And Miz is like, okay. But then he's like, Kurt Angle goes over who's in this fatal 4-way. It's the Hardy Bros, Elias, and Jason Jordan. And the Miz is like, oh, but Jason Jordan, I gotta talk shit about him right now. Because I guess he hates him now.
Oh, okay. This seems out of nowhere.
And then Kurt Angle, because he's, Big Papa right now. Not Big Papa Pump, just Big Papa. He's like, I'm getting really sick and tired of your whining and complaining. And at that moment, I felt a connection to Kurt Angle. Because I, too, am getting sick and tired of listening to The Miz whine every fucking week. And then The Miz is like, oh, what, are you talking shit about me because you're his dad? Well, guess what? I'm a better dad than you ever could be. Because, of course, The Miz would say that.
I don't think he's actually a dad yet, though.
Not yet, but no, I'm Johnny Cage, shut up. So there's a moment where Miz is going on his diatribe, and he's talking shit, and then he kind of forgets his line for a second, which is kind of out of character for him. Usually he's pretty good about that.
Yeah, the Miz is generally alright at cutting promos, I find.
Not there he wasn't. And Jason Jordan chooses this time to come in because he's sick of the shit talk. So Jason Jordan comes in the ring. And he's like, Dad, I need you to put the Miz's shitty minions into this fucking 4-way. So now it's a 6-pack. Maybe then he'll stop whining even more.
So, wait. What? So, I mean, obviously they're not going to win. But, like, that gives the Miz's minions a chance to potentially attempt to get the Miz's title?
That's why Jason Jordan's like, fine, put him in. Then the Miz can stop fucking whining. Everybody here is just trying to make the perfect formula to put in the Miz's mouth so he'll go to sleep in his crib. That is the formula right here. So then the Miz is like, fuck you, your dad's a piece of shit, and so are you. And then Jason Jordan just snaps and hauls Miz right over the fucking ropes, which I approve. And then the Miz's dudes come after him, which, why would they? He got you in the match, you motherfuckers. You should be thanking him. But then they try to work him over, but Jason Jordan's hulking out and not losing a match for once. It's kind of a welcome change. And then I forget what happened after that, but we cut to, like, the sponsors. It's like promo shit for No Mercy, of course. That's what this whole week is gonna be. Did you know No Mercy is coming? Yeah.
Yeah, they were cutting a lot of promos for No Mercy at SmackDown too.
So this whole show it's just getting ready for No Mercy. And then, I guess we need some matches.
Who wants to watch wrestling to watch wrestling? Seems stupid to me.
So, who do you think is on the sponsor list?
Just to go back real quick, though, clearly us, Dup, because we're doing a podcast about wrestling where we hardly talk about the actual wrestling.
Oh, well, talk about it sometimes.
Anywho.
I mean, if you say so.
So let's see, sponsors.
Yeah, who would be a sponsor during this?
Well, I missed last week's sponsors, so I don't have it. I don't know the running theme so far. I don't know if it's still
been fast
hamburgers.
food.
Okay,
Or in the case of
Damn it.
SmackDown, occasionally a Swiss medicine company.
Who's fighting again?
It was Jason Jordan and Miz. It wasn't even a fight, though.
Okay, I am going to say...
Five Guys, burger and fries.
Taco Bell.
No. It's not a fast food, actually. It's someone who's been here all along.
So wait, why would you tell us that it was following a theme then, you deceiving asshole?
Because he was like, I don't know, what was the theme again? He was not asking about the theme, not me. I am just indulging his question. The answer's Mountain Dew, motherfuckers. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Please, it's MTN Dew.
Mountain Dew, the fucking holy moonlight greatsword of the WWE. Anyways, fine. I thought I'd have some fun with Mountain Dew, but no. Gotta talk about burgers and Swiss medicine companies and shit.
Hey Zen, I'm curious. Have you watched yet to see how much of the Mountain Dew they actually drink on the desks?
They never really cut to them. So that doesn't come up too much, sadly.
Maybe, well, we still have to figure out how we're doing No Mercy in, like, the next 3 days, but maybe we'll keep a Mountain Dew watch for No Mercy.
Get the counter ready.
Because they love cutting away to the dudes at the table during pay-per-views because there's no commercial breaks. So it's like, oh shit, there's not a match going on right now, so we need to, like, cut away to something. Go to Corey Graves.
Sure. So, then they're talking about the official theme of No Mercy. What do you think the name of the official theme of No Mercy is?
Oh, God.
It's gotta be something real dumb, isn't it? Like, close
It's
to
No
the
Mercy!
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk? No Mercy's the theme of No Mercy!
I was gonna give them, like, the benefit of the doubt and assume at least, like, merciless.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
How is the theme of a thing the same as the thing you named?
It's the theme song.
Yeah, the theme song is entitled No Mercy.
Yeah, it's like the song Iron Maiden off the album Iron Maiden by the artist Iron Maiden.
Or the song Comp by the artist Comp off the album Comp.
Well, yeah. I thought I'd pick a more savory example, but yes.
What about Dig Diggy Dog?
Yeah, they're gonna pick a fucking song from WWF 2000 No Mercy shit.
I want that to happen!
Yeah. And you think I don't want that? I'm not the one who hates Diggity Dog here.
I want it.
Anyways, Jordan's backstage and he's pissed and he's talking to his dad and he's like, I'm gonna punch everybody because they're talking shit about you. And Kurt Angle's like, sometimes it takes more strength not to fight. Which is bullshit. That's the whole point of wrestling, isn't it? Shut up, Kurt Angle.
Oh god, I know I made the comparisons to anime, but it is turning into an anime, huh?
A little bit. Anyways, we're done with that. That's the end of that. Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
So, now, Alexa Bliss is coming down to the ring. She's still got those cool skeleton gloves that I still dig. Because of course I do.
Well, yeah, you're a skeleton, so it's on brand.
Yeah. And then Nia Jax comes down. And that's when I realized that Nia Jax is pretty much the Bizarro version of Big Show. She's a big lady, but she always wins. So, yeah, Alexa starts talking shit to Nia. And then Nia's just like, well, I'll just beat you up then. And Alexa's like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And starts running like a hero.
That checks out.
And then Alexa starts to just leave the arena. She starts going back to the Titantron to head backstage. And they're showing her face, and she's just like, oh my god, I'm fucking gonna die. And she's going back there, and then, oh shit, here comes Sasha. She pops up from the Titantron. So then Alexa's like, I'll go back to the ring. And she runs right into Nia and just fucking faceplants, just wipes out onto the floor.
Great.
Commercial. Commercial.
Okay. Sure.
Please tell me we come back and this segment is just over and there's a new one happening.
Well, not quite. We come back. Alexa is just getting murdered in the ring.
I love watching WWE : Vince McMahon's Sacrifice Pit.
Got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice here. So, yeah. Alexa is like, I'm gonna get up on the turnbuckle and be a hero. And then Nia Jax just catches her and Hammer Mountains the shit out of her and just pins. And then she wins.
Oh, there was a match. Okay.
Well,
I
guess that happened.
So Nia Jax, she's loving it. I win, yay, yay, yay. And then Sasha's like, but I guess I'm still here, so I'm gonna punch you. And then she gets the shit kicked out of her.
Okay.
Who can save the day? It's Bayley. Who's Bayley? I don't know. I guess there's another woman on the roster that I haven't seen in this entirety.
Bayley's alright.
I'll take your word for it.
That's a good sign.
She makes wavy inflatable tube med come out.
What?
Yep. Her entrance involves blowing up wavy inflatable tube med out of, like, the confetti cannons. I don't get it.
Okay. I don't understand wrestling. I have a confession.
Well, you see, when two people get in the ring and they punch each other very much,
That's don't. Just don't.
Dump, let me tell you about the turnbuckles and the bees.
You couldn't even think of a second one? You just said bees? Continue, Zen.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I know you're practicing your Jetta mix-up, so...
Dormammu!
No, now you're practicing Dormammu!
Well, yeah,
okay.
they're on the same team, motherfucker. One at a time. Anyways...
Now you know how
Bayley
I feel,
comes
Dump.
out.
My hands hurt now.
And so, Bayley and Alexa stands up finally, Sasha stands up, and all three of them basically reenact the intro to Deadly Alliance. They all come together and they gang up on Nia Jax and knock her the fuck down. But I will say it is better than Deadly Alliance, because Deadly Alliance is a piece of shit game.
The Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Okay.
It sucks.
Just
It's a
making sure.
PS2 era Mortal Kombat.
Oh, God.
So then they celebrate, and they're all like, yay, and Alexa's like, I'm here too. And then they look at Alexa, and she realizes, oh, I'm fucked. And then they just stomp on her.
Great.
And then they're like, yeah, we're the winners.
We, the people not in the fight.
And scene.
Nice.
And then we go to the announcers. What are they doing? Oh, WWE Network. And they talk about it for like 3 fucking minutes. And I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
Sign up for the WWE Network and watch the pay-per-view.
I know. I already know that.
No, but then, don't you know? Do you know
I know about commercials because that's what happens next. So, before we come back, the first thing that happens after commercials is worth noting because it's wrestling video game. Awesome.
Great.
And then Total Bellas again.
Great.
Of course.
Don't you want to know about the journey of this lady who used to wrestle and this other lady who's pregnant?
No, not really.
And then we're being sad about Bobby Heenan again. Alright, now we're done being sad about Bobby Heenan. Let's move on.
I like to imagine it was about the same time period as just what just happened.
Okay, so in about the last 5 minutes of Raw, if I had to guess, there was a very hyped up commercial for a video game involving Kickstart My Heart, rather. And then a very slow but heartwarming commercial for a reality show. And then a very sad and mournful segment about Bobby Heenan. And then now we go back to wrestling.
If by segment for Bobby Heenan you mean the announcers looking at the camera going, he died, that sucks. Anyways. That was pretty much it.
I'm just going to assume and hope to God that it wasn't that insensitive.
No. It was a little longer. It was like twice as long as that.
Okay, good.
So it was 4 seconds instead
Yes.
of 2. Okay.
So back to wrestling, and boy, do we have a fucking doozy to go back to here.
Oh, God.
We cut to, like, it looks like found footage. It's got, like, scan lines and shit on it of Paul Heyman with a really shitty ponytail warning the world about Brock Lesnar.
I'm glad Paul Heyman has the ponytail again.
Then, the way you said Brock, I thought you were about to say Barack Obama.
Well, I'm saying it like Paul Heyman would. You know, Brock Lesnar!
Okay, that checks out.
And then this fucking stupid looking footage cuts into a Brock Lesnar montage.
Bark Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
My favorite of the dog OCs in the WWE universe, Bark Laser.
Bark. So they're showing this montage, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. All I've seen Brock Lesnar do is get his ass kicked by Paul Strowman, or fucking Braun Strowman. Paul Strowman. Fucking
Paul Strowman.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I merged Paul Heyman and Braun Strowman because Paul Heyman is beginning to stray from his one true love, Brock Lesnar.
I'll update the shipping charts.
I'm sure Paul Heyman already did.
Paul Heyman now costs 50 cents per square mile.
What?
Don't worry about it. I didn't think
What?
through that. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Jack Ryan, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Do you think about the things that go through your mind sometimes?
13. What were you saying, Zed?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm just like, who gives a shit about Brock Lesnar? All he does is get his ass kicked by Strowman all the time. Then come out and be like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. Then get his ass kicked by Strowman again. Rinse and repeat.
Okay.
And then they finish up, and speaking of Strowman... Here comes Strowman.
Okay.
He gets his own montage, I guess, because we gotta build up that match at No Mercy.
Between the Beef Boys.
Then Paul Heyman says, I don't believe in monsters, but I believe Braun Strowman is one. That means you believe in monsters, you fucking idiot! Fucking Jesus Christ.
Sometimes I don't think the people writing the script really think these things through.
What would ever give you that idea?
Well, you know, chips and dip. That'd be one.
And then we recap, because we haven't had enough recap at this point, all the times Lesnar and Strowman faced off, and how cool that was. And I'm just like, oh my god, I don't give a shit. Surprisingly, once it's over, It is not commercial time.
Oh.
That's the biggest surprise of the night, probably.
They actually went from one segment to another without a commercial?
I know.
My God.
Because now it's time for Cesaro and Sheamus, the Burger King extraordinaires. They got the Goro formation, they got the fusion dance, the sideways thumbs. Everything is in order with them this time.
Great.
Now it's commercial time!
Nice!
And that's when we get the first Marvel Infinite trailer of the night.
Wait, the first?
Yeah, it shows up during multiple commercial breaks. This is a 3-hour show with lots of commercial breaks.
So,
I can't believe you got to see Jeddah on TV.
Again.
So I asked this on Twitter last night. Why doesn't WWE just do really long commercial breaks and instead of like 15 commercial breaks between or like during matches?
It's just what some people do. Some streams do it and it's fucking obnoxious.
Anyways, guys, have I told you about Blue Apron?
We're not that going to be sponsored yet. Or ever, probably.
Goals.
Alright, so yeah, that trailer shows up. And then, ooh! Little Caesars is here. Little Caesars is becoming the one true sponsor. It is eating all the other food sponsors to become the ultimate sponsor. Anyways, who gives a shit?
I can't wait until Little Caesars is running down to the ring wearing tassels on its arms.
I can definitely wait for that. Sheamus is in the ring and he's talking about nostalgia and he's like, you people and your Star Wars and your Blade Runner. I'm just like, okay, what's he going on about? So he's like, the Hardy Boys suck because they're living in the past. And it's weird that they're talking shit about the Hardys when last week they were walking to the ring and the Hardys got in between them and the ring and they just backed their asses up. Well, we don't want to fuck with them.
Okay.
And then they're like, Rollins and Ambrose suck because they're using each other.
I mean, I think that's just
Cesaro says the term, they have selfish needs. And the crowd makes him repeat it like 5 times, and I don't know why.
What?
Selfish needs. What? Selfish needs. What? Selfish needs.
I feel like selfish needs is kind of an oxymoron.
It's just so weird. At this point, the crowd was getting a little squirrely. Cesaro was like yelling at them off the mic. And Sheamus is like, anyways, I love being here in San Jose. I love it. Because it was in
San Jose.
It was in San Jose.
I mean, I guess. I kind of made that connection.
No, actually, it's
Thanks,
weird
James.
because it was taking place in San Antonio, Texas.
It was actually taking place in Hell, Michigan.
Man, why couldn't they do Hell in a Cell in Hell, Michigan?
Because that'd be cool.
So yeah, they shit talk Ambrose and Rollins, so of course they come out. Because why wouldn't they? And now it's time for their turn to shit talk, because Rollins is like, oh man, Sheamus, you look like the love child of Taxi Driver and Braveheart. Awesome, okay.
What?
I didn't make this up.
What?
What? Why pick those 2 movies?
I get Braveheart because he's all fucking British as hell. Why Taxi Driver? Sunglasses? I don't know.
What?
Anyways, time to talk more shit about their kilts.
Oh, good.
Which, I mean, yeah, those kilts look stupid.
No, they're perfect. I love the camo kilts.
Oh man, but here comes everybody's real favorite tag team that they forget constantly exists. It's Gallows and Anderson.
Who?
My fucking favorite, exactly.
I like how even Jack Ryan didn't even know who they are.
No, I know who they are. I'm just going with the bit.
Oh.
So they're walking down in the ring and they're like, you guys are shitty brothers. Hey guys, hey brother, are they good brothers? No brother, they're not good brothers. Man, they're not brotherly enough, my brother. They just keep saying the word brother over and over again like they're liquid. Just brother, 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 brother. And it's really annoying.
Which one of them has the dominant genes?
Damn it, I was gonna make that joke!
I don't know because I don't know which one is which.
The one that's bald with a beard or the one that doesn't have the beard?
I can't tell the difference. So they get in the ring, and then it ends up with them looking at Rollins and Ambrose, and they pause for a second, and they call them, in the most stereotypical 80s jock way, nerds! And I'm just flabbergasted. Yeah, Rollins and Ambrose look like nerds. Yeah.
I'm very confused.
I think we all are.
I think Ambrose was too, because he just loses it. He's like, it does not compute in my fucking brain, and just attacks him. So he decks Gallows and/or Anderson. And then the brothers get right the fuck out of there and into the commercial zone.
Man, wish I could remember which of them is which too, because the funniest part about them is when they worked the indie scene before going to Japan and then back into or over to WWE. One of them was going under the name Sex Ferguson.
What?
Sex Ferguson.
Yep.
That's a very Japanese wrestler name.
Well, like I said, that was on the indie scene before he went over to Japan.
It's still a very Japanese wrestler name.
Also, when Finn Balor was in New Japan, he was Prince DeWitt. Fun fact.
Clearly because he loved Bioshock Infinite.
And then now he's a demon.
Well, no, Bray Wyatt, which we'll get to later, don't worry, hates him because he cheats with the demon. Or some shit, I don't know. Anyway, it's time to replay that Asuka promo. Okay.
Do we have
fine.
a date yet? Or is it still just coming to Raw?
I think it's like this week or the one after or some shit. I don't know. Soon.
Soon, trademark.
Stay tuned. And now it's time for a three-way tag team. That was easily the most confusing match of the night. Because I thought, okay, it's going to be like, you know, the three-way tag team fight. There's going to be three guys in the ring and they can tag whenever they want. That is not the case.
Is it a tornado tag?
I think it is.
Like
It's
where
really
everybody's
confusing.
in the ring at once?
No.
Oh, what? What?
It's... Okay, so I figured this out right as the match ends, which, you know, that's really good. But the way it works is there's two guys in the ring, and whoever is on the outside can tag themselves in whenever they want. So if they touch a guy, they can come in. So, like, Gallows could tag off of Ambrose, and then he's the legal guy.
What?
And it's just like, this is stupid. What are these rules?
Oh, I've actually seen a different match like this, where I forget exactly who was in it, but the New Day were in it, and the New Day used it to tag both of their members in and everybody else out, and then one of them just laid down on the ground and they were going to like pin their own teammate in order to get the win.
What?
Because both of them were the legal men in the ring. So, technically, if one of them pinned the other, the New Day would still win despite the fact that they lost.
So, half my notes are, what the fuck is happening in this match? I actually don't know. So we'll skip those. What happens in every tag team match with Dean Ambrose in it? Why, that's right, you are correct. He gets his ass fucking beat and tries to crawl over to Seth Rollins and constantly fails.
I was gonna say, he dies?
He constantly dies. And guess what? That happens here.
Great.
Big fucking surprise. But for once, Ambrose actually hauls his carcass over to Rollins in a timely manner and actually gets the tag.
Oh good, so he gets to die outside of the ring. That's different.
Well, now Rollins comes in and he's gonna do what he does best. He's gonna be a fucking wizard and I'm just gonna zip, zip, zippity, zop, zip, zip, and kill everybody. Because that's what Rollins does when he gets in the ring. And at this point, everybody is in play. Two dudes are fighting outside of the ring. Another two dudes are fighting outside of the ring. And then there's the two people in the ring. So everybody's just fucking slugging on somebody.
Great.
Like, Ambrose is getting fucked by Cesaro and Sheamus outside the ring. You got Rollins getting floored by Gallows and or Anderson in the ring. It's a fun time for everybody.
I'm glad that you keep having to put Gallows and or Anderson.
That's their name now, is Gallows and or Anderson. So Gallows and or Anderson totally has this pin, but they can't win because they're fucking nobodies. No, that can't happen. So no! Interrupted.
Also, now the way
Commercial
you're
time.
saying it makes it sound like they're one person. It's Gallows and or Anderson.
They're pretty much one person. So yeah, commercial time. Awesome.
Okay.
So we come back. Rollins is stuck on the ropes, and he's eating Sheamus punches, and then Cesaro just launches him off the ropes into the fucking barricade. So Rollins is kind of dying at this point. He's taking Ambrose's pain.
He is the pain eater.
And Cesaro and Sheamus have been punching people into the fucking barricade this entire match. They, like, I swear, it's 6 points. They just shove people into the barricade. Like, they're going for Aganos levels I'm going to punch you through a fucking wall.
How much potential damage does that do, though?
Well, the wall isn't about potential damage. It's about raw-ass damage.
Well, I mean, fair, but, like, in the terms of Cesaro and Sheamus, like, just punching them into the wall instead of through it.
They're getting wall splats.
What's going on in this match?
I don't know.
That's a good sign. When the person who watched it can't keep track of what the hell's going on.
Oh, we're gonna get to that later, too.
Oh, that's...
So, Ambrose he's gonna get the winning pin, but then he gets shoved back by Gallows and Anderson, and Sheamus fucking puts his hand on his back, and it's like, oh, he didn't see that shit! So Ambrose goes to pin Gallows and Anderson, and then Sheamus is like, get the fuck out of here, I'm the legal dude. He gets the pin, and Sheamus wins. That's it!
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Weren't they shit-talking the Hardy Boys earlier?
Yeah. Anyways, backstage to Miz.
Oh, good.
What's he doing? More father shit talking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, whining more.
Well, that I mean, they kind of go in tandem.
They have yet to find the formula to put him to sleep. Send help.
So, Miz is giving an inspirational speech to his Mizians, which, that's what I'm going to call them. I like that more than the fucking Mr. Rye. So, fuck it. They're the Mizians now.
I hate this.
Like, okay, Mizians is better than Miz Taraj, but it's still really dumb.
Yeah, but it's my term, so it's better. So yeah, one of the Mizians is like, your inspirational speech is kind of fucking garbage, because you're talking about yourself. And it's like, what do you expect from the Miz? Talk about other people? Come on. And then both of the Mizians are like, I hope I win the match so I can kick your ass at No Mercy. You got some really shitty help there, Miz. People who just want to kick your ass.
Wait, so what? Now they're good? What?
But Miz reminds them of what's really important, and that's talking lots of shit about Jason Jordan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, money.
But you know what's more important than that? Commercials!
Well, yeah, so, yeah, money.
So, there's this weird moment. They come back and they're replaying the first Money in the Bank match. And it's sponsored by Pizza Hut, which is important. Trust me, it is.
I think they also did that on SmackDown, like the 2011 one.
It was like 2005.
Oh, they showed like a 2011 one for some reason. I don't think it was SmackDown sponsored, though. I'm just confused, because I don't think the Money in the Bank is for, like, months.
All that matters is there's this weird moment. The Money in the Bank, it ends. And then there's like this 2-second clip of like a Pizza Hut pizza that fades to black. And that's it. They don't talk about it. They don't bring it up. They don't mention it. It's just like subliminal messaging. I'm thinking if I watch Raw backwards, it's going to tell me to eat Pizza Hut and then die.
But how does the final episode of the Pizza Sopranos end?
Hold on. Zen, when you say that, do you mean eat pizza and then you yourself die? Or eat pizza and then the pizza will die?
I mean, eat pizza until I die. Specifically, Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
Sponsor us, Pizza Hut. I'll eat all the pizza till I fucking croak. I ate a fucking mean pizza. I'm not scared.
God. Stop reminding me that you ate the
you think, you're reminding you? I ate it!
I know you did, and I hate it!
Some say it's still digesting in his stomach.
Some say it died and went to hell, some say it still lives on.
The pizza still burns.
No! Don't burn my pizza! They didn't mean a Pizza Hut. They didn't mean a Pizza Hut.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm real excited about that PlayStation Experience rumor about how Soul Pizza 5 is coming up.
It's not even Soul Calibur 5,
Look, I didn't think you too far about the joke because the joke sucked.
I hate single-player pizza games. What's even the fucking point?
How you doing with your pepperoni and sausage combos then?
Well, if I burn them to cinders, it's going pretty good. That cooks them pretty good.
Okay.
Gets them right past the food contamination.
This joke sucks!
I was always more of a fan of Street Fryer.
God!
Oh, no. It's all about Griller Instinct, son.
Fuck! I hate this.
I should probably stop practicing fly-on-fly combo, shouldn't I? Anyways.
Don't you mean fry on fry?
No, because I'm not playing Sentinel.
Dup, please name this episode Pizza.
Oh,
Like
God.
nothing else, just pizza.
Pizza USA! My favorite Ninja Turtle song.
Please continue, Zach.
Very well. Now we gotta recap all the good times with Cena and Reigns. Yeah, okay. Who gives a shit? It's just hyping up No Mercy. That's all it is. Please watch No Mercy! And then their little recap ends. More commercials!
Nice!
All we got was Money in the Bank Pizza Hut. John Cena, Roman Reigns recap, commercials. That was that entire block.
Great.
Fuck off with that shit. So Kurt Angle's talking on the phone, and then who comes in? It's not Goldust, it's Dustin Rhodes.
That's interesting.
Because he doesn't have the paint. He got wiped off.
Oh, that's a
So
odd
he's
choice.
like, I gotta earn my paint back. I gotta have my run back against Bray Wyatt. Gotta earn that Michael's dazzling gold paint. And he walks off camera after Kurt Angle's like, sure, fine, we'll do it. He walks off camera, and the camera holds like it's gonna cut away, but then Dustin comes back into frame, and he just chomps at Kurt Angle and walks away.
Okay.
Just like, no! And, what? I was so fucking confused. Like, I couldn't handle it. It was like trying to solve some goddamn godforsaken equation in a calculus class. I'm just sitting here like, what? How do I find the derivative of Goldust's paint? I don't know it! Motherfucker. Anyways.
What is the parabola of Dustin Rhodes?
His eyes. Anyways, who's in the ring? Kurt Hawkins. Who's Kurt Hawkins? I don't fucking know. So he talks, and then we learn who he is. He's apparently the Washington Generals of Raw, because he's on, like, I think it was a 114 strong losing streak. He's lost 114 times in a row.
Great. I remember when they were hyping up him showing up, like when SmackDown moved to Tuesdays. It was like, Kurt Hawkins once beat Chuck Norris in a fight twice, and it's like, oh, we're going there, huh?
Well, apparently he sucks super hard. So, at this point, he's talking about, like, I'm waiting for whoever comes down and walk to the ring and shit. Whoever they are is gonna end my streak. And in my brain, in my heart, in my entire being, I was like, it's gonna be fucking Enzo Amore, isn't it? It's gonna be fucking Enzo.
Is it Enzo?
It's not Enzo.
Aw.
Thank
Oh,
fucking
good.
Christ, it is not Enzo. It's Apollo Crews. Who's that? I don't know. I don't care.
I've heard that name. I don't know who it is, but I've heard that name.
He's a pretty cool fellow. He kind of lacks a interesting character, but he's an alright wrestle boy.
I like him, because guess what he did?
Did he beat Kurt Hawkins?
Well, of course he did. But, like, he does two cool things in this match. Two really fucking cool things. He gets Irish whipped by Hawkins, and then Hawkins goes, like, under him to, like, trip him and shit. And so he trips, but then he does, like, this cool-ass front flip and just converts it.
Nice.
And I'm just like, this guy's awesome. And then he wins the match with a spinning powerbomb into a pin. And I'm just like, this is my dude.
I can't believe you found your Zangief.
Oh man, Curtis Hawkins, I almost forgot his name because who cares? now his losing streak is 115.
Oh, I remember seeing this actually. Don't they pop up like a 115 loss streak like graphic on the screen?
Yep. So now it's commercial time.
Of course.
But I don't care, because you know what? That was a fun match. It was cool seeing Apollo Crews do two cool things. Easily like the highlight of the night, honestly. So then we come back from commercial, and they threaten us with one of the worst things I can think of.
Oh.
They're gonna have Strowman and Lesnar talk at each other.
Oh.
Oh, God.
I can think of nothing I want to hear less.
And at this point, I was really sad that I forgot my rum, because I wanted to try the drinking game, but...
Wait, drinking game, what?
The Brock Lesnar drinking game.
Yeah, I think
you
we
take
ended
a
up
drink.
losing this, but...
Yeah, I think we probably lost it, but you take a drink for every time Paul Heyman says Brock Lesnar's name with more than 4 syllables, I mean. Which is almost guaranteed every time he says it.
You take a shot every time Brock speaks a full sentence.
No. For every word he says.
Right. Finish your drink if he says a full sentence, right?
Yeah.
That seems like a way to kill yourself.
He doesn't talk that much.
Yeah,
Like I said, he's the Silent Bob of the WWE. He talks once, and he says very little, and that's fucking it. And you also take a drink for every dick shot there is. That's very important.
And if you also consider how most of the time Paul refers to Brock as his client rather than as Brock Lesnar.
Well, then you'd actually be dead.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
skewed.
Like, you'd probably get wasted pretty quickly, but you probably wouldn't get, like, dead from this. I still don't recommend anybody try this, but...
So now it's time for these two fuckers to talk. But thankfully Paul Heyman is here to talk, because at least he can, well, kind of talk.
Paul Heyman is here as Brock's flexing translator.
And it's weird, because Paul Heyman starts and he's talking in an inside voice. That just doesn't feel right.
My client, Brock Lesnar.
And I want you to keep this in mind. It is not like they're both in the ring or anything. They're not like in chairs. They are in separate rooms. They're doing it like a CNN conference call. Like they have a split screen with Paul Strowman. Oh, God damn it. Paul Strowman. Fuck it. That's his name now. Paul Strowman's in one room, and then we have Heyman and Lesnar in another room, and they're just like looking at each other like they're part of a CNN interview. And it looks really dumb. So what does Paul Heyman do? He's got to build up Strowman, because he's got to look cool. Hey guys, Strowman's really cool. Did you know that? Nobody's cooler than Brock Lesnar, but if anybody was, it'd be Strowman.
So how much y'all want to bet that Braun wins at No Mercy, and also Paul turns on Brock? Like,
I don't want to see third act breakups. It's probably going to happen.
I mean, that seems to be where they're setting this up.
Anyways, there's this line Strowman says that I could barely understand, but I think I made it out. I think I deciphered his fucking garbled speech.
You deciphered the Zodiac code?
Yeah, pretty much. It's Strowman, he's the Zodiac killer. So he says, I can do more than walk into Suplex City. So I was like, I had this image in my head, because of course I did, because I'm getting fucking bored. I just imagine there's Suplex City, and Strowman drives in there, and he sets up a local business, and he gets a mortgage on a house, and he raises a family, and he grows old and dies in Suplex City.
It's beautiful.
Your mind went some places, huh?
I was so fucking bored! So, Heyman's talking, and then Strowman makes this really weird, unprovoked, like, sound. Like he's a horse. He's making horse sounds.
Okay.
And then it's time for Brock to try talking.
Oh, God.
Suplex City, bitch. That's pretty much all he said. Because of course. But you know what he should have said? Commercial City, bitch, because it's time for commercials. So, yeah, we come back, and they're recapping Alexa eating shit super hard earlier. And then Reigns. It's time for Roman Reigns. I was trying to think of something like witty and snarky to say, but I suddenly find myself giving as much of a shit as Roman Reigns' face. And then I was like, hey, I guess that works as something snarky.
Good job, Zen.
So the moment he starts walking to the ring, my TV starts fucking up. And I'm like, even my TV can't stand Roman Reigns anymore. It wants none of this shit. Now it's talking time.
Oh, good.
And the crowd just starts booing. Boo, boo, boo. And so, what does Roman Reigns do when he can't cut a promo, which is pretty much all the time? Hard cussing, because that gets a reaction.
Wait, what?
He loves to just throw in random cusses when he can't cut a promo.
Which is kind of funny when you look back, considering, like, his old catchphrase before they tried to push him to the top was "suffer and succotash."
God, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here we go, whatever. He's talking. I'm not really listening because I don't give a shit. He says the same thing he said every other fucking time. He's talked about John Cena to build up for No Mercy. I don't like him. I'm gonna wrestle him because I don't like him and I don't respect him. There you go. I filled in the gaps for you. Roman Reigns, everybody's favorite. Now we go backstage for something I actually care about. It's the Hardy Boys.
So, weekly check. How broken is Matt?
Actually, we're getting fractured. I'm gonna go with fractured.
Wait, what? Really? What?
They're talking about brothers having to fight potentially. Because they're gonna be in the four-way. Remember? They're gonna have to fight each other.
Oh, right.
Only one of them can win. And they start talking, and it's some Dante and Virgil shit. Or perhaps one might say... Nero. Oh, I hate myself. That self-loathing. I'm just gonna rub it all over myself.
Brother Nero here to use his motorcycle sword and his weird demon arm.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite Jeff Hardy move, the Yamato. Anyways, whatever, who cares? It's time for Bray Wyatt and Dustin Rhodes. So I kind of want Dustin Rhodes to do his fucking stupid shark chomp at Bray Wyatt and turn into a shark or something. Like, that's his new gimmick. Sadly, that does not happen.
So wait, does he still have, like, the same intro and everything? He just doesn't have paint on?
He just doesn't have paint on.
Okay.
He's got the same costume and everything.
It seems like the most unnecessary change.
Well, he's got to earn it back because he got it wiped off. He got disgraced. And he's like a space prince or something that you said, whatever the fuck.
No, that was whatever.
Whatever, it doesn't matter because guess what? You guessed the fuck what? Bray Wyatt wins. I can't believe it!
Oh.
He wins in like 2 minutes.
Who'da thunk?
Like, the only thing I noted during this is, like, it's hard for me to be scared of Bray Wyatt because he kind of looks like my sister's old boyfriend with a beard. And that's it. That's it.
I can't believe your sister dated a Louisiana cult leader without a beard.
I know. So, yeah. That was stupid. But of course, it's just to build up Finn versus Bray Wyatt some more. Because now Finn's on the screen.
So is that happening this weekend?
I don't know.
Oh.
Now it's time for Finn to talk about probably my favorite thing during the entire night. He talks about, like, I was a nerd as a kid, and I liked monsters and mythology and shit. And so that made me into, like, a huge edgelord as a kid, and I turned that edginess into a demon.
What?
So that's how he's got a demon, because he likes monsters.
You know...
There you go.
Hi, I'm Finn
I don't
Balor.
think that's how that works.
Hi, I'm Finn Balor. I sold my soul to the devil because I heard about the 90s D&D controversies.
It was really silly, and I really loved it.
Of course you did.
But then we go to something I did not love.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It's
good.
Enzo Amore backstage. He's up next. My literal notes are fuck. Enzo backstage, he's up next to I fucking hate. One of the commentators was like, I don't know whether to get excited or get a trash can. Yeah.
Zen, wait. I like to imagine you don't take notes by typing them. I like to imagine you use text-to-speech.
Oh, I should. I talk him out anyways.
Cause that feels like That feels like something you would say, just in general.
Also, I could hear you almost cracking your teeth by how, like, tightly clenched they were as you were talking through them.
I'm not a fan of Enzo Amore.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever heard anybody be that legitimately angry at anything.
So I want you to keep in mind, we go from this fucking stupid mook to being sad about Bobby Heenan. To the actual, like, dedication thing to Bobby Heenan. Not just, like, a title card or something. Like, the actual, like, montage, we are really sad, we'll miss him. From Enzo to that! Whiplash doesn't even begin to describe what the fuck that is. God damn it. And then mercifully, the commercials come in. But then they go away. Here he is, performing for you. If you know the words you can join into. Put your hands together if you want to clap, as we take you through this fuckface rap.
No, as we make you wait for this new guy's rap.
No! I won't wait!
We will review his rap album when it comes out, damn it!
So, he comes out, and of course, he's Enzo Amore, so he's found a way to be dressed even worse than the last week. So this week, what's he dressed like? He's dressed like a cross between Charles Barkley and Killer Instinct 2 Maya. He looks like a fucking idiot, but what else is new? So he does his stupid shtick, bada bing, bada boom, I'm from Jersey, up, the pizza and the wine and shit. Yeah.
How you doing?
Fucking cares. But then, the actual greatest part of the night happens. Here comes Braun Strowman. Enzo hasn't even made it to the ring yet. And Braun Strowman just fucking decks Enzo and punches him into the fucking ground.
Great.
And he just starts pummeling on him, and he drags him to the ring and throws him in it.
Great.
And he choke slams him, he running power slams him, he just gives him the fucking business. And then he walks away! That was so pointless, but I'm so glad that fucking happened. And Enzo, of course, doing his Enzo thing, looks fucking dead. Like, actually dead. He looks like he is not alive anymore. But we're not done yet. Oh shit, here comes Neville. He finally made it out of the backstage realm. He's been freed from his astral prison. It's taken him long enough, honestly. He still looks like he hasn't had a fucking shower, but...
He continues to be stuck in the backstage forever.
It felt like he would be. He was stuck in Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge.
Also, like...
So camera cuts to Enzo, and he's pretty much, still dead.
A little bit off topic for a second, but I just remembered that WWE is selling Enzo Amore wigs.
I can make my hair look shitty by itself, thank you very much. So yeah, now it's time for Neville to just do some, like, Olympic diving onto Enzo's corpse, and then mock him. This is the best funeral I've ever seen.
As is right and just.
So then Neville, like, he just gets up and close with Enzo, and the camera gets close to him, and I realize Neville's hair is so fucking gross. The sheen on his hair looks like fucking spit. It's disgusting.
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't showered in 5 months.
Well, now that he's finally free, after 10,000 years, he can finally take a fucking shower. Commercial!
Of course.
Nice!
So now, after the commercial, it's time to interview the skeleton of Enzo Amore. And he's like, great interview. Anyways, Grand Malik is in the ring now, and I guess he's gonna fight against Neville. So they fight, and Neville, like, tears through Grand Metalik's mask. And that's just fucking rude. And, like, he really fucked his mask up. Like, once he gets off of him, the mask is, like, half gone.
Well then.
So, of course Neville's gonna win, so why even bother talking about the rest of the match? Metalik loses, it sucks. Neville wins because he's a stupid getting pushed British piece of shit. Cool!
Sure.
Commercial!
Yay!
But before we go to commercial, there's something I love so much.
Is it another shot of Enzo Amore?
We're gonna get another song from Elias.
Oh, good. How far into the show is this?
This is, I think we're pretty close to the end, yeah.
Because, like, show sounds like it went on for like 4 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah, it felt like forever. So, I thought we'd be free of lies tonight, but sadly I was mistaken. Now it's time to shit talk San Jose. But I guess I was wrong, it's not the exact same. It's time to shit talk San Jose and Jason Jordan, because I guess everybody hates Jason Jordan now.
Oh.
I guess they just fucking hate him.
Well, I mean, it's nice that there's finally a new song.
No, it's not new.
A vaguely different song.
He changed maybe, not even a stanza, a line. Anyways, who gives a shit? We're just gonna do the 6-way. Let's get the 6-pack going. So, the fight starts, and there's straight up just 3 different fights happening in 3 different corners.
Makes sense.
And it looks like a fucking prison riot. But then the prison warden that cannot be defeated, known as the commercial break, comes in. Fucking wonderful. We come back from the commercial, and, like, everybody forms up, like, Wonderful 101 style, and they do this weird human centipede suplex off of the top rope.
Okay.
Like, they form a human ladder, and they just fucking drop this dude. I forget who it was. It wasn't important.
Oh, it was one of the Mizians.
Probably. Mizians, come on. And Booker T gives us the most sage commentating of the night by saying, "Let the bodies hit the floor."
Wait. Booker T's on commentary on Raw?
Yeah.
Okay, what? Okay, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
He always has been. Except, like, the 1 week when shit was going down in Texas. Anyways, Jason Jordan decides he's gonna go Super Saiyan now. Does it mean he's about to lose?
Yes.
No, it doesn't, actually. Not this time. So, by the way, Miz is watching this match in, like, a stupid director's chair outside of the ring.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say backstage, but no, that's even better.
No, he's not Roman Reigns, blankly staring at a TV screen watching John Cena get murdered. So, Miz gets off of his stupid-looking chair and tosses Jason Jordan into the barricade. Because I guess we haven't run enough people into the barricades tonight. But he actually throws him... It might have been the same barricade, because he goes right through the fucking barricade.
Huh.
So, then Jeff, he's got the winning pin in the ring. But no. Miz has got to interrupt that shit. Which is very confusing to me, because Miz just fought Jeff Hardy and won. Why wouldn't he want to fight Jeff Hardy again? I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of a question you have to ask with a lot of wrestle stuff, where it's like, oh, I just beat this guy, why wouldn't I want the easy rematch?
But of course, who's going to win this match? It's Jason Jordan, because they're building that heat up. He's got to win it.
Sure.
So then, Jordan's staring down Miz, and Miz gives he's giving a little, like, Jetstream Sam clap. And then Miz throws the sissiest punch I've ever seen. And then Jordan just fucking matrix dodges and throws his ass to the ground. But then, of course, the Mizians step in, and he gets the shit kicked out of him, because Miz stands up, and oh my god, I can't believe it. Miz is so dirty. And we gotta end on exactly what we started on. Father shit talk. And the last thing that really matters is Miz calling Jason Jordan a bastard. What a bastard move. And that's the show! Yay!
Raw!
Oh.
Please watch No Mercy!
As soon as we figure that shit out. So if you had to rate it then, what would you give Raw this week?
Like a 7.5. It was fun.
That's...
It was really fun seeing Enzo get fucking murdered.
Did the show get like 3 points because of Enzo? Getting just wrecked?
I'd say at least half a point.
What would you give it, Dup?
Pizza out of 10.
Thank you. I wouldn't want it any other way.
So, Dup, in the last hour and definitely not full day, have you learned anything about SmackDown?
Nope.
Oh, goody. So, let's just get into it then. SmackDown starts with a recap of, like, the end of last week, where Kevin Owens just beats the shit out of Vince, or Vince McMahon, rather. And also, Vince put Kevin into a match in Hell in a Cell at the same titled pay-per-view against Shane McMahon, I guess. The one thing I did forget, though, is that Kevin headbutts Vince so hard that he starts bleeding. Like, legitimately.
Okay.
Dude, juice the hard way. And then the show finally starts with a crowd shot, and according to the signs, Rob is here!
What? Wait,
Rob is
what?
here?
Yeah, there's just a sign that says, Rob is here!
Is it RVD? Like...
Rob Zombie.
I don't know who
Rob
Rob
Zombie
is.
I would also buy.
I don't know who Rob is, but I'm glad
I'm Rob
he's
Zombie.
here.
I'm here to make another terrible Halloween movie. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Rob Zombie, now part of the Rob roster for my new film, House of 1001 Corpses.
I thought you said now part of the Rob roster.
Yeah, the roster of all the Robs. Everybody's named Rob here.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam, Rob Zombie, Rob Thomas of Grammy Award-winning band Matchbox 20. So, SmackDown proper starts. Shane McMahon comes down to the ring, and I guess he's, like, talking about vengeance against Kevin Owens and shit. I continue to tune out every time this storyline pops up. But the one thing I did notice is that Vince McMahon apparently broke 3 ribs. Nice.
I am honestly shocked Vince McMahon is not dead.
Yeah, apparently he's like 76? Something like that.
Also, it might honestly be better because, from what I understand, he doesn't run the WWE very well.
Just a bit. We'll get to that.
Oh, good, that's a good sign.
Commercials happened. There's an ad for Cena versus Reigns at No Mercy, I guess.
Of course.
Ooh.
Yeah, Zen wasn't kidding when he was talking about the cheap Cena bootleg line. We come back and Aiden English is like back in the middle of the ring, and he's trying to sing another song again. But actually this time he's actually got a different song, and he's singing about Randy Orton and how much Randy sucks, and he gets cut off. Who'da thunk?
By Randy
I
Orton.
didn't know they had Elias on loan.
Yeah. I put in my notes here because it didn't I didn't realize until Randy got into the ring that this was a match. Because, they don't announce him coming down to the ring or anything. He just gets into the ring, and then the bell goes off, and I'm like, wait a second, this is not, a promo, this is actually a fight?
I feel like that's always a good indicator when you don't know that people are actually going to fight.
Yeah. So, match starts off, English has the momentum, he's just beating the absolute crap out of Randy, but Randy gets the momentum back, of course, really quickly. Because he's Randy Orton. Gotta beat Randy Orton. Eventually, though, Aiden tries to, jump out of the ring so that he can escape from Randy. But Randy just, grabs him while he's outside and drops him onto the barricade.
Nice.
And then, a little bit later, Aiden drops Randy onto the commentary table, and, he fills the stun meter, and now he's just kind of stuck there.
Wait, fills the stun meter?
Yeah, from Street Fighter V. I can do fighting game references too.
Well, the stun meter is from every Street Fighter, thank you very much.
I don't know shit about fighting games.
Actually, it was really good in Third Strike because Makoto could stun you all fucking day. So could Oro.
But you know what I do know a lot about?
Wrestling?
Advertising.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Eventually, though, we come back and Randy's just literally stomping Aiden's feet. But eventually the ref, tries to pull him away and he's looking at Randy, and then Randy, rushes forward. So Aiden, pokes him in the eye with his thumb while the ref isn't looking?
Sure.
Okay. Eventually, puts Randy into a chokehold, and Randy, gets out. And it's at this point that I realize that Randy Orton has been exerting himself so much in the last 6 minutes that he is just magma red.
Yeah, he's Shin Randy now.
Shin Randy.
So
I thought we were calling him Randall.
You're right, and I would say he's probably going KO Ken. KO Ken Randall.
KO Ken Randall.
So Aiden tries to go up to the top of the turnbuckles and do a splash dive on Randy, but Randy gets up at the last second and RKO's him on the ground and then gets the pin, which was really cool. And then I put in my notes here, in all caps, Red Boy wins.
Oh man, I love Hakan.
Oh, if only.
That's a character that's never coming back.
Don't remind me.
So, after this, Rusev comes out to the ring, and I guess he's angry about losing at SummerSlam, and decides that he's going to, quote, rip the fangs out of the Viper's mouth. And then they start a match?
Okay.
Against Crimson Viper? Like, what? The fuck are you talking about? Rip the fangs out of the Viper's mouth.
Well, yeah, because Randy Orton is the Viper.
Why?
I don't know.
That's dumb.
Like, okay, I should specify. I've watched Max Landis's Wrestling Isn't Wrestling video.
Uh-huh.
And all I really remember from that is how friggin', like, Randy Orton was this weird snake person.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's Lizard Man? I miss Lizard Man. Come on, bring him back.
Misses Lizard Man.
You know who does? The creator of Soul Calibur, because that's his favorite fucking character.
Great.
Yeah. No, you get that one dude from Soul Calibur 5 now.
Which one?
The one that is like a Yoshi.
I don't even remember who that is.
Like, they had a Lizard Man replacement, but I don't remember his name, but I remember he had wings.
Aeon?
Aeon, sure.
He's just Lizard Man.
So, I want you two to guess how long the Rusev versus Orton fight takes.
2 minutes.
46 seconds.
Rusev wins in about 8 to 10 seconds.
Damn it. Well,
Wow.
that was
This
close.
is not a joke. I swear to God, he won in 10 seconds, maybe less. I didn't have, like, a stopwatch on me, and I didn't expect it to be that short, so I wasn't counting. Good news, though. Conrad's here tonight with his daughter. I guess. At least that's what they're, like, making it seem like.
What was up with that video he posted on Twitter?
Who?
The Conrad.
Oh, Ric Flair? I don't know. I don't follow Ric Flair.
I just saw a video posted on Twitter about him, and he was talking about how, like, he's come back or something like that.
Well, yeah. He's come back from the ashes. Someone ripped open his tomb and he is free once more.
Also, he had to recently go through heart surgery at an emergency, and he survived and is recovering.
Yeah, that's the actual context.
Yeah. The funny joke, though, is he's finally free of the time loop.
Oh, he'll never be free of that.
So, remember how I said that Vince isn't very good at booking?
Oh, boy.
We come back from commercials. Jinder Mahal comes down to the ring, and he pulls basically the same promo as he did last week, where he's making fun of Shinsuke Nakamura making funny faces mid-fights.
Okay.
But I thought Asian people weren't expressive or something.
God.
So, last week I was kind of into it because it was just like, look at him, like, scrunching his face kind of funny because he just got punched. And, like, the whole joke of it was that Jinder was making really shitty jokes. And, the Singh brothers, his lackeys, would, like, oversell how funny they were. Like, they would literally, like, fall down on the ground and do somersaults and shit while laughing. They do that again this week, but Jinder's jokes are not remotely funny. Put it that way. Boy. There's some English.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
There's a couple lines about how, he doesn't want Shinsuke to be the champion, because if a Japanese guy who can't speak English particularly well becomes the champion, the crowd's going to hate them, and that's why he needs to be the champion. And
Sure.
Also, as I put in my little notes here, Jinder just basically said, hey Shinsuke, here's some examples of racism. I'm not going to say any of them, because of obvious reasons. It was bad.
Oh, really?
To the point that the crowd started chanting, "That's too far! That's too far!"
Wow,
That's
fucking
too
wrestling
far.
fans are telling you that's too far?
Yeah.
Tell you something.
Yeah, that's spicy.
I would go with edgy, but
Well,
in the worst way. That's not the kind of edge boys I love. That's not Blackheart.
Ugh. This segment left a sour taste in my mouth for obvious reasons.
yeah, I can't imagine why.
Like, let's just move on, because I can't think of any, like, actually... We can't turn this into a funny bit. Racism happened.
And then commercials?
Yep!
Yeah!
Racist commercials.
Well, we did talk about the racist bonfire last week, but I think that was lost.
I don't even remember that.
It was what was it? It was the killing of the first racist flame. That's what it was.
What?
No, it's okay. We'll just move on.
I don't remember that at all. Anywho, we come back and they're starting up a new match, and it's AJ versus Baron Corbin for the U.S. title, because last week it was supposed to be Ty versus AJ, but Baron got involved and screwed over, or I forget exactly how it went down last week. Like, Baron comes out, I think, after the match is over, and then just beats the shit out of Ty Dillinger and AJ, and is like, "I'm your opponent next week." Sure. So, I grabbed my phone because I wanted to time how long this match was going to take.
And it was already over.
We'll get to that.
It sounds like SmackDown started strong.
AJ gets into the ring, grabs a mic. The champion came down first. That's not how you that's not how you do it. But he cuts a promo on Kevin Owens. I don't know why, but he does. Eventually, in like the last 20 seconds, it gets to Baron Corbin, but like not in any interesting way. That promo was kind of bad.
What are you doing?
It's elevator time because I need to wait for Marshall to get out of the room.
Wow.
So, the match doesn't even start yet, but Ty comes down to the ring and he just starts beating up Baron Corbin to the point that he makes Baron, like, sprain his ankle, and then AJ uses it to go for a calf crusher, and Baron taps, but the match never started.
Okay.
And thus it never ended.
Schrodinger's match.
Schrodinger.
I looked at the clock at this point. It's been an hour, and there's technically only been 2 matches, one of which was about 10 seconds long.
Nice.
At least Conroy comes next.
Right out of the Forbidden Archive, here he is.
Hey, advertising happens.
Nice.
The real magic.
Hey, Doc, how much do you know about Ric Flair?
I know he's like a mummy wizard or something like that.
Okay, so, bad news, Ric Flair's not actually here. Instead, Charlotte's here. And on her way down to the ring, they, like, show her new book that she wrote with her dad, Second Nature. Do you get it? Do you get it?
No, I actually don't.
Because he's the nature boy.
Woo!
Sure.
Ric Flair's recovering, though, which is good, and Charlotte's decided, like, hey, so I'm gonna live my life to the fullest now because I've seen how quickly shit can just go bad. Sure, that's a pretty alright thing, I guess. Why not? Then Natalya comes to the ring, and she cuts a promo about how it's more important to celebrate her than the fact that Ric Flair is alive. Although, I guess eventually she's like, I'm here to do a quote-unquote celebration of women. Okay, that could be neat.
What? Huh?
That could be neat, I guess. I still don't think he needed to cut off the, like, hey, so Ric Flair's alive. But, sure, I guess. No, wait, she's celebrating herself.
Okay.
She's out here talking about how her being cool is a better thing than Ric Flair being alive.
Well, Ric Flair being alive is a constant.
So Charlotte eventually challenges Natalia for the championship, and then Becky Lynch shows up to cut her own promo, which sucks. And then Naomi comes out and also challenges for the title in her own promo, which also sucks.
Nailed it.
And then Tamina comes out here to challenge for the title with her own promo, which also sucks.
So SmackDown was the king of strong style this week.
Hey, remember when this was a segment about the Flairs?
Vaguely. There you go.
I'm glad we made the same joke.
So eventually Natalia's like, oh no, there's too many people here, and she runs out of the ring like a coward. And then Daniel Bryan comes out to make the segment longer and continue my suffering. So he decides that tonight's main event is going to be a fatal four-way between the ladies in the ring. And the winner gets to challenge Natalya for the title at Hell in a Cell. It's at this point that I realized what Natalya was doing. She's like hugging her belt like it's some kind of like safety blanket or something. Like a kid with a blanket. And like she's just kind of like quietly saying to herself, like, I'm not a crazy cat lady, and she looks like she's about to cry, and I'm still very confused about this characterization.
It sounds like there's a lot of confusing things happening on SmackDown this week.
Kind of. Like,
I very much have no idea what is happening.
Hey, WWE, why do you keep writing your champions as, like, crybabies and cowards? Kind of doesn't make the title look particular. I wrote down in my notes here, I'll give the commercials this. I haven't seen the garbage Viagra commercial yet tonight. And also an ad shows up for, like, live shows that are happening in Canada soon. And one of them shows Sheamus and Cesaro doing the fusion dance. Zen, you were not kidding!
No! It's literally the fusion dance!
So, we come back from the commercials, and the match coming up is the Hype Bros versus the New Day. I finally get to use my phone's stopwatch to get an idea of how long the matches are lasting, if they're ever happening. So, nothing in the first 50 seconds or so is interesting.
Good.
And then we get to capitalism.
Oh boy.
Also, I was timing this, so I do know for a fact we were back for about a minute and a half, and then more ads.
Nice.
And the Viagra commercial showed up. Ugh!
You gotta get your dick hard for wrestling?
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We come back and I realize that the Usos are on commentary, I guess. And one of the Usos is trying to describe the combos of the New Day as in, like, which of the, like, wrestler A and wrestler B in a match. And he responds by talking about their combinations being Woods and Kofi, Kofi and Woods, or Woods and Kofi. Xavier Woods is not in this match.
He's there in spirit.
Like, he's outside of the ring, but he's not in the match. According to my stopwatch, that match was about 6 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes flat of which was commercials. It happened, I guess. The best part of the match was Kofi twerking at the Usos after they win as a taunt.
That was the best part?
Yep. Because nothing interesting happens during the match. We get another recap, though, of Kevin beating the shit out of Vince McMahon, which honestly is my favorite part of the night. And Kevin Owens is here via satellite, I guess. He looks really funny wearing a suit, by the way. It's just this big wrestle boy, like in a tuxedo. I'm sure he said something interesting. I zoned out again, though, because it's the Kevin Owens and Shane story, and I don't care. And then I realized there's a half hour left in the show, and there's been 3 matches, one of which lasted 10 seconds.
Quality stuff.
Ads happened again. I just saw Jenna and Mega Man X on cable television. What the hell?
Oh, you too, huh?
Another ad pops up. It's time to shut up the trolls and shut down the keyboard warriors with Tap Out Fragrance.
It's so weird. It's such a fucking weird commercial.
He's just like walking through brick walls and like bending steel bars. So we come back, and it's a backstage segment, and the Hype Bros are tired of losing, and so they're going to, quote-unquote, do something drastic? Sure.
Okay.
Drastic.
Hey guys, remember Dolph Ziggler?
Vaguely.
He's back!
Oh, yeah, what's his gimmick this week?
Talking about how good he is again, and how he's, quote-unquote, the best performer in WWE history!
Yeah, but whose entrance does he steal?
That's a good question, because, Dolph attempt numero uno. He's Triple H. He doesn't say anything. I was looking away, so I didn't notice if he did the water spitting thing, but he probably did, and it probably sucked.
I'm so glad Taskmaster can be in wrestling, at least.
At this point, I realize the crowd is chanting CM Punk, because of course they are.
I'm not surprised.
Dolph attempt number 2. Oh good, he's Shawn Michaels now. Who cares? Mid-gimmicks, Dolph says, it's time to go lower than this, and who buddy? Let me tell you, Dolph, it's impossible to go lower than you currently are. Dolph attempt numero Trey. I guess he's D-Generation X now. I hate every part of this.
Can he just go away?
I wish. The crowd was not having any part of this either. I think I heard a single person shout, "You suck ass!"
I'd believe it.
Also, at one point during the promo post D-Generation X, Dolph shouts, "Who cares?" asking exactly what I am about this segment. And then later on in the same promo, he shouts, "I don't care about you!" Once again, saying exactly what I'm thinking about this segment. There's a commercial for WWE 2K18, and at the end, it's like pre-order to play as Kurt Angle. But the background is like streaks of blood and a stock explosion.
Because of course it is.
It's like, it's the dumbest, but it rules. The sponsors finally happened. Take a running guess who the sponsors are.
Little Caesars.
Dup.
Burger King.
Zen, you're about half right. It's MTN Do and Little Caesars Eat Garbage.
God.
Oh, that's right. I
God.
forgot. Mountain Dew. You gotta have the combo.
So, as a reminder, this match is a fatal 4-way between Becky Lynch, Tamina, Naomi, and Charlotte. Winner faces Natalya for the title at Hell in a Cell. I forgot that Charlotte's theme is like a weird trance song, and then halfway through, Ric Flair's theme starts playing. Also, I looked at the clock. There's 12 minutes left in the show at this point.
Nice.
Commercials happened. We come back, and there's too much going on in this damn match. It's chaos. Like, it's a lot of fun to watch, but I couldn't keep track of, like, what anybody was doing, because when somebody would do something cool, there'd be something else happening on the other side of the ring. But the crowd starts chanting at one point, "This is awesome." And, like, sure, the match is chaotic as hell, but, like, I'll agree, it was a fun match. And, like, at the end, though, Tamina goes for, like, a high-flying attack and actually lands it on Becky. And then, like, she goes for the pin, but gets kicked out. And then Becky, like, rolls out of the ring. Charlotte kicks Tamina in the face, and then she wins with a pin. And that sure was an anticlimactic victory, I gotta say. Kind of, like, ruined the momentum of the rest of the match.
It was to the extent that I wasn't even really paying attention to what you said. I was just looking on Twitter and saw this, Duel Masters Mega Man crossover event. And apparently there was a movie in 2005.
Huh.
Anyway, you can look at that after they were done.
So, nobody definitely saw Charlotte winning coming. Not at all. I definitely didn't call that an hour ago. And that's the end of SmackDown this week. SmackDown this week was atrocious.
It sounds really fucking
I
awful.
can tell.
There's 4 matches in total, 2 of which I forgot immediately after the show ended, and 1 of which I only remembered because it was 10 seconds long. Were not for the fact that I have to watch this because of the podcast, I would have turned this shit off within a half hour. I'm giving this episode like a 3 out of 10.
I give it a Jet Grind tries to use fighting game terms in a joke but fails because he doesn't know how fighting games work out of 10.
So, this certainly was the delayed hyper combo episode of Sights Uncena.
Yeah, this is just stop.
Yeah, that's how you use that term.
Hadouken into a short Yukin for the win.
We're not playing Street Fighter the movie, the game. You can't do that shit.
Well, that sure was a week of WWE.
This was a weird episode.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to another episode of Sights Uncena, the first, only, and God willing, last wrestling podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Jet Grind, and as always, Zen, Scissors, and Dub. Tune in next week, I guess. And remember, kids, live your life like a Hadouken and beat down Ric Flair.
That's not our exit!
That's our
exit! No, it's not. No!
That's our exit!
Steve from